Welcome back to GamecocksOnline.com. I'm joined by head volleyball coach Tom Mendoza at the end of week one of the 2019 season. Coach, we knew going in it was going to be a tough weekend. How do you feel the team handled some adversity, some tough opponents? What did you learn about your team?
Well, I think we got better as the week went on, and we learned what it takes to be successful and beat good teams. We just need to be a little bit better at it, and that was the message to the group. I think this is has potential to be a really strong group. We just need to string together some better high-level series of play, and when that level drops, we need to respond and recover a little bit faster than we did at times this week. But the potential's there, and it's a group with not just a lot of potential physically, but the dynamics of the group. We've got good leaders. We've got great team chemistry. So I think when those things come together and we match that with our on-court play, I really like the potential of this group.
And obviously, when you lose your starting libero from the year before, there's kind of a jockeying for position to see who can take over that role. Tried out a few different people this weekend. What do you think you can do to kind of shore up that position, make sure that the passing is able to power the offense that you know you have?
Yeah, I think that with passing, it's a little bit of an unsung skill because when it's good, you don't really notice it, and I think developing that consistency, regardless of whether it's in the libero position or with our outside hitters or DSs, we need to get more consistent. But again, that's been trending up as we've gone through preseason, and I thought it looked better and better as we went through the weekend. So I think more of what we're looking for out of just our whole group is who's going to provide that consistent energy and who's going to keep our level of play high. And if we can find 6 people that are going to do that, then those people are going to be on the court. But I don't think it's going to be a long-term problem. I think it's just trying to figure out what combinations are going to work the best. And one of the great things about this group is that there is that depth, and we do have people competing for positions. So hopefully you can take the good things of the competition, and then we can avoid some of the negatives of having to people going in and out. So, but overall, I think I see our depth as a positive.
And despite kind of trying to figure out that passing attack, it seemed like you were still able to run a pretty close offense to what you could run at full strength with your passing. Michaela Robinson, Michaela Shields, both being the all-tournament team, both having really great individual performances at any given match this weekend. What were you able to see out of them? And I think you already know what you have, but what were you able to see out of them developmental-wise?
Yeah, for them it was just getting more game reps in full speed. You try to simulate as much as possible, even if you're doing scrimmages. But until the lights are on and everyone's going at full speed, I think for them it was just getting back into taking those swings at the strength that they're used to, and not getting away with roll shots or not making safe choices, making aggressive decisions. I think they did that well at times. But like everything else with our game right now, it's how much more consistent can we get with those areas.
And as a coach, do you feel almost a sense of relaxation knowing that now you have some game footage, now you have some tape, now you have some things you can actually analyze besides just practice and kind of the fall reps that you're able to get in preseason? Now you actually have some game footage and some things that you can meaningfully say to the team that they can kind of reference it and get better from it.
Yeah, and that's another advantage of playing good teams early, and not just early, the entire season. We're gonna get to measure ourselves up against really good players and really good teams. So we'll know what works and what doesn't work, and what we can't get away with, and what we need to change. So that's why our athletes signed up for this. They want to play at the highest level. They want to come to South Carolina and play the top competition and learn how to be successful against the top teams. So this is exactly what we signed up for. It's a challenging schedule. We knew that. We see that as a positive. Now we just need to handle the ups and downs and keep getting better as a team. And I said our challenge is to be better when we come back to practice on Tuesday than we were on Saturday. I thought we did a great job of being better on Saturday, today, in both matches today, than we were yesterday in our match against Cincinnati. So if we keep doing that and taking it one day at a time and getting better each day we have on the court, I really like this group.
And like you had mentioned, it only gets tougher as the season drags on, and another weekend ahead coming up at UCF in Orlando, weather permitting, of course.
Yeah.
We've got UCF, we've got a really good Kansas team, and a really good mid-major in Albany. What do you hope to address this week in practice with some limited time at the holiday to get ready to make sure that you're clicking on all cylinders Friday?
Yeah, we've got 7 matches before we get to our home tournament. One of those is a home match against Charlotte, but we would like to be above 500 by the time we get to our home tournament. So if we can be if we can get to the plus side of being 500 by that fourth weekend, I think we're going to be in great shape. But yeah, we've got a lot to clean up. Same thing. Our passing needs to get a little bit more consistent. We need to learn how to take big swings against big double blocks, which we see every day in practice. But maybe we just don't see the ramifications of when we play a little safe. And I thought this weekend we saw what happens when we play safe. So. We can't accept that in our practice gym, and that's something that we need to hold ourselves in our team to a standard of. And then just those little things that aren't as fun and aren't as exciting on the highlight films, but moving our feet to tips and handling, making sure we get swings on every possession. Those are the things that when two good teams play each other, the team that handles those things better usually comes on top, and we're going to make sure that that's going to be us moving forward.
Coach, thanks for your time.
Thank you.